officially start. I love this bell and I use it today because our theme today is joy. The bell brings me joy. My name is Rhonda Beard and I'm so excited for this first Sunday session. This Sunday, like our first Sundays for the rest of the year, will be Brain Boost Bootcamp style. So I welcome each and every one of you who are here, who took time off from your Sunday to be here. First Sundays is a chance to reset. It's also a chance to check in. Many of us have been in the community, but I know what happens to me, and it probably happens to you. We tend to fall off if we're not in an active class. So this is the space where we gather monthly. I welcome you if you're brand new. It is very easy. Follow along, get pen and paper, and feel free. You are welcome to fully participate. So, first Sunday's theme is joy. But before I share a study with you on the theme, I want to remind us of why First Sundays matter, why resilient health communities exist. We exist because of the growing crisis of dementia in communities here in the US and also in the Caribbean. So we talk about the statistics, but we are here focused on what we can do. What are the simple actions we could take to help improve cognition, memory, and recall, and also bond more closely in our communities? So let's share a video on why brain health matters now.
Why does brain health matter now? Brain health matters now because cognitive decline is rising, and it's very serious. In the United States alone, Alzheimer's disease is the sixth leading cause of death among adults 65 and older. That's according to CDC statistics. It is also one of the leading causes of death overall. Worldwide, dementia is now the seventh leading cause of death, surpassing many other serious health conditions that receive far more public attention. This tells us something important. Brain health is not a niche concern, it's a global public health reality. Today, more than 7 million Americans aged 65 and older are living with Alzheimer's disease. As populations age around the world, that number is expected to grow sharply in the coming decades. The economic cost alone is staggering, projected to approach $1 trillion annually by mid-century. But the human cost is even greater. And here's something many people do not realize. Alzheimer's and other dementias do not begin when symptoms become obvious. Research shows that brain changes associated with Alzheimer's can begin 20 years or more before outward symptoms appear. That means brain health is not something to think about later. It's something to care for now, gently and consistently.
We thank Dr. C for sharing the statistics. And while they're heavy to hear, I want you to know that Resilient Health Communities is intentional about raising awareness with information like Dr. Wood just shared, but also with simple tools we could implement. So, as heavy as that may have sounded, we stay hopeful because together we learn the skills and we practice and encourage each other. It's an accountability and support space. So, after hearing that information, now we're going to turn to our theme of joy. Listen, joy is not fluff. Joy is very relevant to brain health. There's a 2020 study published in Psychological Science Journal titled Positive Effects is Associated with Less Memory Decline. And after studying over 900 persons over 9 years, scientists concluded that feelings like enthusiasm, cheerfulness, and people who are full of life and joyful had a less uh, uh, showed less cognitive impairment over the 9-year period. So, very relevant that we appreciate being dull and depressed. That happens periodically, but staying in that state could be very harmful for your cognition. So, joy. We're not talking about the big events, the big vacations, and the marriage, the breakup, the kids, the no. We're talking about even the small things. Could I tell you one thing that gave me joy today? Before this class started, I was reading an update from Tobago. Tobago has a class that graduates on Wednesday. And I read that for their 6 weeks, there were over 60 persons who attended at least one class, and there are already 37 persons who are eligible to graduate, with another dozen who will be eligible if they attend on Wednesday. That is one class, and that result made me very happy. So, or check in today. Isn't you telling us whether or not you did the exercises over the last month? The check-in today is just that. Who will come off mute and share with us something that you are joyful about today, large or small? Who's going to share with us? One thing that makes you happy today.
I'll share.
Go ahead.
On Friday, where I am, it's very, very hot, and our air conditioner was acting up. Today is just wonderful, full blast. I'm comfortable at home, and it's bringing me joy. That's it.
That's a great one, especially with the weather that we're having here in Maryland. Thank you for sharing, Marlene. Anybody else wants to share something that they are joyful about?
I'll share. Just before my daughter is getting married on the 19th of this month, and just before I came on, my son called me to say she had asked him to walk her down the aisle. I was a single mom, um, and I became a single mom as a result of divorce, and I raised my two children since they were 1 and 2 years old on my own. And so I was very happy, and I said to him, I said, you know what? You can't see me and you can't see my face, but I'm very happy. It made me very joyful to see that the two of them in adulthood are as caring and loving for each other as they were in childhood.
Oh, Terry, that is awesome. What a great thing to be, truly a good reason to be happy and joyful. And congratulations to your daughter and to you. Anyone else will share with us something that you are happy about, something that's bringing you joy today.
I'll share if no one else is ready. So this weekend, my girlfriend visited her family here in town and also carved out some time for me. And it's not often that we get together, just the two of us. We usually travel as a group of four, get together as a group of four. So it was very nice just to have that one-on-one time with her. And I was very grateful that she included me on her trip to visit her family.
Oh, that is
That
awesome. Good
that
to
brought me
see.
lots of joy this weekend.
That's really awesome. Those connections matter, especially as we get older. One more person sharing their joy report today.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Louise.
I am calling from Tobago. I'm a brain health ambassador. I did the first group that they had in the at Lambeau, right?
Yeah.
I was every day I try to do my simple math, write out and read out loud. So I was here today doing it, and I did complete it, the timing and so on and so on. Say praise the Lord. When I took up my phone and I looked on my phone, I see where they were having this program here. And when I saw it, I smiled. It brought joy to me. So I, so I'm on the program here listening to Rhonda and all those who have their different contributions to make, and I'm happy. It brought joy to me.
Oh, well, thank you so much. What a perfect way to segue now to continuing your practice
Yes,
so
I
that
do
you
that
can
every
get
day.
all of your exercises. Excellent. That is
Yes.
why resilient health communities exist. So we have boot camp, and in boot camp, we practice the exercises, helping us, those of us who struggle, become more efficient and effective at incorporating the exercises into our daily routine. And for anyone who's new, science has shown us that if we do three simple things, we can help improve cognition, memory, and recall as a foundation. Those three things are reading aloud, writing by hand, and doing simple math quickly, each for 10 minutes, 4 to 5 times a week. And don't worry, you'll hear that repeated several times. Now, that's not the only thing we recommend for brain health, but we recommend it foundationally so that we are intentionally doing something during our day, during our normal routine that is focused on brain health. If you stick around with us long enough, you'll hear us talk about the additional things. Brain Health series talks about all the other things that are good for brain health. But this is the foundation. The foundation are the brain boost exercises that we all are encouraged to complete 4 to 5 times a week. I have a very good, able team of co-presenters to lead the exercises today. Leading or reading aloud session will be Terry Robbins. Terry is with Light Bearers Mission in Prince George's County, Maryland. You just heard from her earlier today, celebrating the good news that her daughter's marrying soon. And leading on math is Dr. Rishar, who is in Tobago. Could I tell you one thing that brought me joy? Last week, I learned that a member here in Maryland who has no ties to Trinidad and Tobago is related to Dr. Richard in Tobago. She had been a member of a community for a period of time, and Dr. Richard is a founding member of the Tobago Brain Health Initiative. So small world in this work. And writing by hand will be led by our director of programs, the incomparable Merlene Andre. So I'm turning you over to Terry, who will lead us in our first practice, reading aloud. Terry?
Terry's muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I apologize for that. But our reading aloud, our very first brain boost habit is going to be reading aloud. And that's what we're going to do together. Reading aloud engages, I apologize. I usually keep my phone on silent, but took it off. Reading aloud engages several parts of the brain at once. The brain sees the words, understands the meaning, uses your voice, listens, and stays focused. When we read meaningful words aloud, we strengthen attention, language, expression, listening, and memory connections. Today, listen for words that make you smile. Remember hope or feel uplifted. So, we're going to practice at this time. You will see a short passage on the screen. Please read clearly and confidently aloud. You let the words carry their meaning. Who would like to begin? Do we have a volunteer?
I'll volunteer.
Thank you.
Joy has not left. An older loved one may lose the threat of a conversation now. Names may arrive late. Stories may circle back before finding the door. But joy may still be near. In a song from long ago, in a familiar prayer, in sunlight on the face, in a hand held without hurry. Do not ask joy to prove itself with perfect memory. Look for the smile. Watch the foot move. Offer the old joke again. A changing brain has not erased the person. Find the joy. Share it gently.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Did any word or line make you think of joy as she was reading, as Danielle was reading? Did hearing the words aloud change how they felt? At home, read aloud for about 10 minutes every day, 4 to 5 days each week. Choose something meaningful, something that's uplifting, thoughtful, funny enough to read twice. And now we're going to move from language to logic.
Actually, Terry, we have 2 more poems that we can share. Would you
Wonderful.
like?
Not at all.
You need 2
Excellent.
more volunteers.
So before we move, I'm enjoying these poems and they're making me smile. So yes, let's have some more. Do we have a volunteer to read the group chats? Don't be shy. Reading aloud is very important for those brain connections.
I'm here.
Excellent. Thank you, Lois.
The group chat. The group chat began with good intentions. Group events, meeting reminders, meeting notes, photos from the last gathering, thank you messages. After a good day together, then came the forwards. Good morning, flowers before sunrise. Warnings about phones, food, banks, passwords, or weather that may or may not be true. A video titled "The Doctor Reveals a Secret" sent by someone who did not watch it. Someone typed, "Who is this?" to the person who added them. Still, nobody leaves. Because when a birthday comes, the whole chat wakes up. Hearts arrive, photos appear. Somebody sends a song. For one bright moment, everybody feels remembered.
Lovely. That's really very lovely. We're going to continue to our last poem before we segue to the next section of our Brain Boost boot camp. Do we have a volunteer for the remote control?
I read.
Wonderful. Thank you, Marilyn.
The remote control. The remote is missing again. Not on the table, not in the chair, not under the cushion with 2 peppermints and a receipt from last month. Mr. James blamed the children, the visitors, and briefly the devil. The search committee formed. Someone checked the kitchen. Someone opened the fridge because strange things have happened. Then the volume went up. Everybody stopped. Mr. James looked down. The remote was in his hand. Nobody laughed right away. They were too busy pretending they had not searched for 15 minutes while he was holding the remote.
Lovely. I thoroughly enjoyed that one because that's something we can all relate to. That remote is difficult to keep on track of. So thank you, ladies, for your help. And I just want to remind you one more time that you want to read aloud 4 to 5 days for about 10 minutes. Reading aloud so the brain can connect and use that voice to make those connections in the brain to help in understanding and cognition. And choose something that you're going to enjoy, that's going to make you smile, that's going to be thoughtful and fun to read. And at this time, once again, we're going to transition and move from language to logic.
Our second brain boost habit is simple math done quickly. Simple math done quickly wakes up the brain executive system, the part that is responsible for focus, working memory, quick thinking, and mental flexibility. The goal is not perfection. The goal is activation. This may not look like joy yet, but give it 3 minutes. A more awake brain is better prepared to remember, laugh, and share. Now to practice. Get your pen and your paper ready. So you will see time math slides on the screen. Please follow these guidelines. Work as quickly as you can. If the slide changes before you finish, move on. If you finish early, start again another direction. We will practice for 3 minutes. Ready? Start now. Okay, so notice now how your mind feels. Many people feel alert after this activity. And that alertness is part of the brain waking up and working. At home, we encourage you to practice simple math for about 10 minutes a day, 4 to 5 days each week. And now we shift from speed and logic to reflection, memory, and expression. Thank you.
Hello, one and all. I can tell you I enjoy doing that math. And now I hope we are all ready for writing by hand. Our final brain boost. That is the last one that we're doing. It's not the least. I think it's the greatest. So we will be using the power of your 10, the power in your 10 by Resilient Health Communities. The power in your 10 turns one meaningful question into 10 brain activating, self-expressive responses. The first answers may come quickly. They are often familiar and easy to reach. But as the list continues, the brain reaches deeper. It searches memory, organizes thought, shifts perspective, and connects ideas that may not surface at first. That is the power, and it is personal. Your 10 answers come from your memory, language, values, culture, humor, faith, relationships, hopes, and lived experiences. No two people will create the same list because no two lives have been lived the same way. Writing by hand engages attention, retrieval, language, planning, sequencing, fine motor coordination, emotional processing, and cognitive flexibility. The practice is simple, but it is neither minor nor trivial. It is recall, reflection, expression, and meaning on the page. And when we share selected answers, the benefit expands. Someone else's answer may spark a memory, open a new idea, or remind us of something joyful we had not thought about in years. There is power in the cognitive diversity in the room. One prompt, 10 responses, a deeper reach into the brain, the person, and the community. And so now we practice. Today's prompt is write 10 things that still make me smile, laugh, or light up. I will share that with you now. Yes, those are the poems. that is our prompt for today. You're writing 10 things that still make you smile, laugh, or light up. So now these may include a funny family saying, a song you cannot sit still through, a child's honest comment, a favorite meal, finding money in a pocket, a memory that gets funnier every time, or a place or person that lifts your spirit. Again, I'll prompt. Write 10 things that still make you smile, laugh, or light up. And I'm going to give us 5 minutes to do our writing. Afterwards, we will do some sharing. Your time starts now. Okay, 5 minutes of thinking of things that still make you smile, laugh, or light up. Do we have a volunteer to share one thing from your list? Maybe we can get a few people. Any volunteers?
I would like to volunteer. My
Thank
name
you.
is Loris Lewis, and what makes me smile every time when I remember that my granddaughter said, when she died, she asked me, "So what you crying for? You should be happy because I'm going to heaven."
Mhm.
That's a smile. Thank you for sharing that. It's nice that you're still affected by that. That's beautiful. Who will be next? Anyone else want to share?
Could I share
I,
one?
oh, go ahead.
Graduations. I love graduations. And last week, my great nephew in Tobago graduated from high school. And today, his sister graduates from elementary school. Wish I were there to celebrate with them, but I'm living through the pictures.
Excellent.
I will volunteer.
Thank you.
This makes me laugh. My auntie was telling me when I was smaller, and anybody asks me anything, I say, "It's my business that. It's my business. Don't ask me my business." So I couldn't say business. It's my business that. So I used to say my business that. Don't ask me my business. I'm not sure how old I was.
That is funny, Jacqueline. Thank you for sharing that. That is nice. A little personal.
I,
Anyone else?
I like to share. I like being able to tell a joke and get
Hmm.
the punchline right.
Okay. Very, very good. It's interesting you said that. Wow, maybe we have one or two other volunteers. But one of the things that I had on my list is remembering a road trip with, I think it was my sister, and we were listening to the radio, and there was a joke on the radio, and the question was, where does the general keep his soldiers? And the answer was in his armies. And for the life of us, it was just so funny. And whenever I think about it, I don't think about it all the time, but yeah.
That was good.
Anyone else? Anything else you had on your list? One thing you want to share before we move into our final section?
My
You muted.
I don't know why I keep doing that. My list consisted of people, my
Hmm,
family, my grandchildren, my children, and they just make me happy. Even the little girl that I take care of, seeing her when I go to care for her, she just makes me smile. It makes me happy.
sweet. Nice. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, so notice what happened in the room. One person's answer may have reminded someone else of a song, meal, person, place, saying, or story. And that is the part of the brain health power of this practice: listening, remembering, laughing, connecting, and growing together. So at home, we would like you to write by hand for about 10 minutes, 4 to 5 days this week. Journaling, lists, reflection prompts, prayers, letters, and gratitude notes all count. Now back to our host, Rhonda, to close today's meeting.
Thank you so much to our co-presenters, Terry, Dr. Rashard, and Merlene. Those were excellent, amazing presentations. Today we practiced around a simple but powerful idea. Joy can and does support brain health. Not because life is always easy, but because the brain benefits from meaning, connection, laughter, memory, and hope. So you heard it repeated several times. Your homework, we always have homework. Your homework is to practice the brain boost habits 4 to 5 times this week. Say it with me: reading aloud, writing by hand, and doing simple math quickly, each for 10 minutes. During one of your writing practices, go back to today's prompt. Write the 10 things that still make you laugh. Then choose one from your list and make room for it this week, this month. Brain health is built through repeated meaningful activation. Every time we read aloud, solve simple math quickly, write by hand, recall a memory, share a story, or connect with another person, we give the brain something to work with. Over time, simple practices can strengthen attention, language, memory, confidence, and connection. And that is why we're here. That is why all routines matter. First Sundays, finding a brain health program near you, or creating one, starting a group. And I'll share some announcements soon. But before I share the announcements, I want to ask if anyone had any questions about our practice today. Any questions at all? Hearing no questions, I thank you all for being here. And before you leave, give me a few more minutes of your time to share these brief announcements. Wednesday is graduation in Tobago, and we want to join in congratulating everyone who will be graduating, and want to remind those of you who are on. Class met on Tuesdays, but graduation will be on Wednesday, 4:30 at the library. This is important. In order for the volunteers here at RHC to meet the growing needs and interest in the program, we're creating this space the second Thursdays of the month at 5, where brain health ambassadors could come and learn more, learn how to run those classes yourselves, learn how you could share resources online. And we'll also run you through how the YouTube page is set up. So when you want to find material and explain to someone how to find materials on the YouTube channel, you can do so efficiently. So mark your calendar. This Thursday is the second Thursday, so we will start on Thursday. For persons who are graduating, you want a space to continue, that's another space. So Thursday. And here in Maryland, we are starting the grant year. We have a state grant to start at least 5 groups, no more than 7. We are going to manage the expectation. So here's what I want you to know. If you are in Montgomery County and interested, don't hesitate in raising your hand. If you're in Prince George's County and interested, you have to let us know, because look at what's already happened. The grant year just started, and we are kicking off in a couple of weeks right here in Montgomery County at Homecrest House. So that's group number 1. I'll come back to Jamaica. Here's group number 2 in Montgomery County. East County is ready to go with another session this fall. Here's group number 3, Mid-County. So that tells you there isn't a whole lot of bandwidth. If you're here from Good Hope and are still interested, speak now, because that may be the last group we'll do in Montgomery County, because the grant also covers PG, and we want to make sure that we keep some of those slots for Prince George's County. So if you're here from Metro SDA or any other space, the state is going to provide the resources for the workbooks and everything you need to run that session, and we will train online and get you started. So that's the Maryland grant. I am excited. I cannot wait. We're going to Jamaica. After the experience in Tobago, can I tell you how I'm excited to see what happens in Jamaica? So July 29th to August 12th, we'll start in Portland and end in Kingston. And encourage anyone, if you know anyone in those areas, tell them to look out for Brain Boost Boot Camp. You want to find the YouTube channel, that's the QR code. And we'll be back again next week with another Brain Boost session next month, first Sunday. I thank you all for being here. It's been an exciting few months, but can I tell you that we are very honest that we do need a little shift, because the work to get the grant started, creating the dashboards, is going to consume us for a few weeks. So we are really encouraging everyone, if you are already in a space where you have others willing to start and lead a group, do not hesitate. Don't miss that Brain Boost Ambassador training on Thursday. You will see it in our Facebook group. So join the Facebook group, Resilient Health Communities. And as always, you could always reach us at admin@resilienthealthcommunities.org. That's it. Have an amazing month. See you back here for first Sunday in
Congratulations.
August. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you,
Okay.
thank you. Everybody have an amazing July.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you, and the same to
Thank you.
you.
Thank you all very much. I enjoy this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, so glad you did.
Thank you, Rhonda.